Millions of people follow you, and you want them to think that Israel was behind the murder of Charlie Kirk. And you call me an ill-informed, irresponsible journalist.
Yeah, because I'm not a journalist. I'm a comedian. Remember, I'm a clown. I'm a clown. I
don't think you're a clown.
That's what
I think he's a clown, and I think he'll do anything to get more tickets sold to his shows. Hi guys, this is Sahar TV, and in today's video we'll see Bassem Youssef on Piers Morgan. It's pretty recent, and he admits that he is a stand-up comedian and it's okay for him to lie. Let's watch.
This is what you said about the Charlie Kirk murder in relation. Many people think you were implying something about Israel. Here, let's take a listen.
Yeah. Charlie Kirk is an obvious hit job, what happened there. But will we get the answer? No. They will stick it to whatever and then use it. I don't know, maybe they would stick it to Iran like Netanyahu and his people, you know, the Israeli wire and the others were pushing for Iran being the culprit behind Trump's assassination. They can do that to Charlie Kirk and start a war, or stick it to the left and start a civil war. There is anger, and there were people who would use this anger.
So Bassem, just to be clear, who committed the hit job on Charlie Kirk?
I don't know, but I find it very interesting that Netanyahu, a prime minister of a country, went around the TV shows making sure that we didn't kill. I mean, this is like a very weird position.
So why are you suggesting Israel did?
Have you ever? No, I'm not suggesting.
But you are suggesting that, aren't you?
Because
because
the FBI is lying to us. The FBI has been lying to us.
Right.
I mean, I'll give you an example.
But why don't you be honest in the way you always want everybody else to be honest? Why don't you be honest and admit that when you say Charlie Kirk's murder was clearly a hit job, and then you start talking immediately about Netanyahu denying it was him, that you believe, or you want people to think?
I have doubts.
You want people to think it may be an Israel hit job.
I have doubts. Because, I mean, look at the facts.
Why on earth would it be an Israel hit job? We know who it was.
I am not sure. I don't know. Well, another patsy, 22 years old, jerking off in his mom's basement. I mean, another like Trump. I mean, here's the thing. The FBI actually has been lying to us. They have been covering for, they told us about the Epstein file, which is Israel is clearly involved. And then they said there's no Epstein file. Israel has been holding 98% of the Congress hostage, either with money or blackmail. And you cannot dispute that. And actually, if you want to dispute that, here's a little case for you. In that last month, a guy by the name of Tom Alexandro, he was the head of cybersecurity in Netanyahu's government, right? And this guy, he's not a random guy. He's part of the Netanyahu government. And he was caught in Nevada in a FBI sting child sex operation, trying to lure a 15 years old minor. That guy was protected by the DA, who's Israeli, by the way, in Nevada, and he went on the plane and he missed his trial.
Just to add one missing detail that Bassem is forgetting to say, Tom Alexandrovich actually paid a bail of $10,000 alongside with 4 other people that were arrested, and they were released with no conditions until the trial on the 27th of August. So to say that he was just released, he paid his bail and flew to Israel. Now, the court is on the 27th. I don't know if he'll appear or not, but he forgot to mention that small little detail.
Now, you come to me and you tell me all of these things. When people are raving about Israeli Mossad and how they're infiltrating, and then suddenly we have to believe that they're innocent?
No, Bassem, the fact that a 22-year-old guy came forward and said, I did it to his father, and now he's arrested. That's how we know it's not Israel. He admitted it. The FBI didn't just make up a person and said he's guilty. He admitted it himself.
If your government continues to lie to you consistently, this is where conspiracy theories thrive. If you're not transparent,
but why do you want to be one of them?
If you want to cover, no. I'm not saying I'm one of them.
Why float a mad conspiracy theory about Israel?
Because it's the internet, and I'm a comedian.
Okay, but it's not that funny, though, is it?
Actually, a lot of people thought it was very funny.
You have millions, I'm sure we did, but millions of people follow you, and you want them to think that Israel was behind the murder of Charlie Kirk. And you call me an ill-informed, irresponsible journalist.
Yeah, because I'm not a journalist. I'm a comedian. Remember, I'm a clown. I
don't think you're a clown.
I think he's a clown, and I think he'll do anything to get more tickets sold to his shows.
I do. Oh, I'm a clown. Actually, I'm a comedian. Comedians are actually overpaid.
But I think
clowns.
you're somebody who is so blindly hateful of all things Israel that you'll even promote a conspiracy theory, which is obvious nonsense, that they have something to do with Charlie Kirk's murder.
I'm not blindly hateful of Israel. I'm actually eyes wide open hateful of Israel.
Sure. But unfortunately, what it's done is driven you to promote conspiracy theories about their potential involvement in Charlie Kirk's murder.
Promoting. I just released a video today, and I told them, you need to give us better lives. I didn't even mention that Israel. I said, like, this is a hit job. It was a hit job. Whether it was like a...
You inferred it was Israel, and when I asked you about it, you went on a little rant about Netanyahu. Everyone can see it for what it is.
No. Okay. So call me a conspiracy theorist.
You are a conspiracy theorist, Bassem. What do you mean? You are. You are. You talk about Israel doesn't care about the hostages. You have zero proof to say anything about this. You probably claim that Israel did 9/11. You have nothing to prove that. And now you claim that Israel killed Charlie Kirk. Again, nothing to prove that. You are a conspiracy theorist.
You're doing it quite deliberately because you hate Israel so much. You want to associate it with every bad thing that's going on in the world. Whereas I prefer to be a bit more nuanced about it. Let me ask you about... Let me ask you, before we finish, about the Elon Musk intervention in the UK protests at the weekend, the Unite the Kingdom rally organised by Tommy Robinson. What was your view of that?
Actually, there was a scene that I found it very interesting. I felt like the Maori, which is the indigenous people of New Zealand, they were doing like a traditional dance, like a haka dance, and they were like tearing off the Palestinian flag, which I found it it's like an oxymoron, like indigenous people tearing off Palestine. Well, let's talk about Tommy Robinson. This guy has been in Israel many times, and he has like IDF shirts and Mossad shirts all over. Should we actually call that a conspiracy theory, that he's not like actually like someone who's been pushing a certain agenda, or that also?
No, he's obviously been pushing a certain agenda. He's very pro-Israel, obviously.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So that's not a conspiracy theory then.
He's very pro-Israel because he knows the damage the Islamic community is causing in the UK. And he's seeing that the same thing is happening in Israel by the Islamic community. Hamas are Islamic. Jihad are Islamic. Hezbollah are Islamic. So he knows that that's going to be the damage caused in the UK if it's going to reach there. And he knows he's going to reach there unless action is taken.
No, it's a fact.
So Israel openly causing civil unrest in London. In London, Israel has been openly causing all of these problems. Israel has been openly...
But he's not Israeli, is he?
No. But he is being put by Israel. Like, Israel doesn't have to... Like, I mean...
he was doing this stuff long before Israel came along, trust me.
The 525 Congress people out of the 535, which is 98% of Congress, they're all paid by Israel and not Israelis. And they're causing more damage to American public more than anything. So the thing is... let me tell you something that, like...
Just remember, everything that comes out of Bassem's mouth, take it with a grain of salt, because he's a conspiracy theorist. He lied about Charlie Kirk's murder and said that Israel did it. Every single thing that comes out of his mouth is, again, a conspiracy theory. Don't believe anything he says.
It might actually make you see where I come from. If you are a citizen of a country, and it is the superpower of the world. It is one of... by the way, I like living in the United States. The United States is a great country, and the people here are great. I have never had a single bad day here because the people here are lovely, and it's a great country, a great potential, wonderful people. But when you see that all of your politicians, all of your representatives are openly financed by a rogue country that is indicted in the ICC and ICJ...
So Rashida Tlaib is paid by Israel? He said all politicians. Is Rashida Tlaib paid by Israel? Is she? When he said they're paid by Israel, he means paid by AIPAC. AIPAC is funded by American Jews, not Israel. So what's your problem with the Jews? You have a problem with the Jews? AIPAC is not Israeli.
Just last year, we sent them $30 billion, and we sent them billions and billions of dollars, and we see all of our infrastructure is falling. You will also hate that country. You know, it's not that even if Gaza is resolved today, I don't see it resolving in a good way, right? Even that still stands. Israel is a leash on our system, on our country, on your country.
All right, can we get back to the rally?
Can
we get back to the rally in London? That was the question I asked you. And whether you think it was right for Elon Musk to get involved in the way that he did, and to say you have to fight violence on the left you have to fight back. What did you think of that?
I mean, isn't that inciting violence? The richest guy in the world, who has the biggest platform in the world, who, by the way, just suspended the Twitter account of the flotilla that going there to Israel, which is making him very biased. But I don't understand the guy. It is crazy now that we're seeing people in tech using their power to incite violence. It is crazy and it is unacceptable. And I think you, as a British citizen yourself, should be worried. You should be worried because for the past 2 months, nonstop, daily, Elon Musk has been tweeting about Muslim gangs raping women, and he's even getting cases from 1991, where statistics say that actually 85% of rape and the criminal crimes are actually done by white people. So I don't understand. Is that helpful? Is that healthy to England?
Well, what was not healthy was a massive cover-up going on with the almost exclusively British Pakistani gangs who were grooming and raping many young girls, including underage girls, for many years, and it was deliberately covered up to avoid creating any racial tension. And then subsequent governments single-handedly failed to deal with this and made it worse. So, yeah, that was a real scandal. And Robinson was very vocal about it, and it played into his hands as an example of the establishment working to cover up the sexual abuse of young girls.
Yes, the cover-up of sex and abuse of young girls and men should not, go away, like Tom Alexandro, who actually escaped. That's another cover-up.
Of course, he keeps deflecting. Bassem Youssef, once again, deflecting the questions. Tommy Robinson's fear of the grooming gangs is very real, and he'll do anything he can to expose it. It's not inciting violence in the slightest. If your country would have been perpetrated by people who would have committed these crimes, and then the establishment would have covered it up, so people think that the establishment did nothing wrong by importing a bunch of immigrants, I would have done the same thing if I was in Tommy's shoes. So Tommy Robinson does not seek to incite violence whatsoever. It's what the media wants you to think. Thank you for watching this video. If you'd like to watch more of my stuff, please check out my channel down below. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit that notification button so you can be notified every time I upload new content. If you'd like to support me and the channel financially, you can do that using Buy Me Coffee or Patreon down in the links below. Also, we now have a Discord that you can join down in the link below. And now you can become a YouTube member and enjoy specific YouTube perks. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.